Okay, so we're going to do a little example of our latest series that Chuck and I have worked on, our Advent Christmas series called Calm and Bright, 200 Years of Silent Night. And the whole, impetus for the series came from the fact that Silent Night has turned 200 this year. So we're going to do what we call a threshold moment. And a threshold moment is that entrance into the theme, that entrance into the feel of the series that would happen right after the welcome and announcements. So let's just imagine that we have done our welcoming and our announcements, and perhaps I've done that maybe up a couple of steps on the chancel. I'm welcoming, I'm announcing, and then perhaps a sound sneaks in because I've let Chuck know that my last announcement is thus and such, so he knows, he's ready for that. And maybe I take a couple of steps down to get closer to the congregation, because the voice is going to change here, the moment's going to change, and essentially what I'm doing as a pastor in taking those couple of steps forward is that I am doing a close-up, right? Anytime you want more intimacy, you're going to move closer. And perhaps what I say, we're going to be playing all the parts here. But perhaps what I say as the pastor, I say, I invite you to a deep breath. And imagine that what is above you is a starlit night. There's some handbells that happen maybe from the balcony. And in this moment, all is calm and all is bright.
Silent night, holy night.
Maybe a soloist comes down the aisle with an acolyte, and as they come down, the soloist sings. It was the night when peace was born, and just as now the world was torn, but all was calm and all was bright. The star above gave out its light. Dear people all around the world, the choir comes in. Let us unite and we will show how peace can change us, how peace can help us grow. This year is the 200th anniversary of the hymn Silent Night, Holy Night. This hymn has become the best loved worship moment of many Christians around the world, even those who only come once a year. Something mystical occurs as we light our candles and sing the hope of all is calm, all is bright, peace and light for the world. This worship series will celebrate the carol's message over the entire season of Advent and highlight its call in our lives for the whole year. This week, we begin with verse 1. Let's speak it together with hushed voices, as if there was a sleeping baby in our midst. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. One of the most famous stories about this beloved hymn took place in World War I. British and German soldiers on the front lines called a truce on Christmas Day. So close were the encampments from which they were fighting one another, they could hear each other in the peaceful quiet of the truce, singing Silent Night, each in their own language. This prompted the soldiers to come out and meet on the battlefield without weapons. And they spent the day playing soccer and exchanging small gifts, whatever they had. Humanity is the holy infant for whom God so desires a heavenly peace. Is it possible to bring calm and bright to our own corners of the world? So let your peace shine in the night, and let your life burn warm and bright. This peace we give the world is mine, and in this truth we find our calling night. And then perhaps if you have a family who's going to light the candles, they say,
We enter this season of waiting by lighting this first candle, anticipating the light of the star that shone over Bethlehem for all to see.
Advent God, we open ourselves to hear your call today, to become those who not only wait, but also work for peace in our lives, our families, our communities, and our world. Fill us with your peace and light. Make this world so calm and bright. And then the opening hymn would begin. Yeah, exactly. Okay, great. Great. Or it might be, that might be for the classic service. We always give suggestions for more contemporary service, so that might be.
Yeah, Jesus, Hope of the Nations, which is a great one.
Right.
It's got a good feel to it.
Yeah. Great. So, okay, that's our little example of the power of words and music together, and what we call a